Guys, it's been 5 days. It's been 5 days since I had a vasectomy. And this is kind of a weird video to talk about, but it's not, because I've been doing a ton of research on this whole procedure, on the after, on the before. I have never had a surgery before in my life. And I didn't know what to expect, and I still didn't know what to expect, and I still don't know what to expect. And so I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour in my mind of everything that's happened and what's going on now. I did watch a couple YouTube videos on people, of guys getting the vasectomy, kind of talking about it, and it was really cool and really helpful, but I found these videos afterwards, and they really didn't talk about their mindset before. And that's kind of what I want to go for right now for those of you guys that are thinking about getting it done. And I want to calm your nerves a little bit if I can. So let's just get to talking right now. What's up, guys? My name is Jeramie with Jeramie Photography. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you guys are new, please subscribe. If the video helps you anyway, give it a thumbs up, and then click that bell for notifications. It'll just tell you every time I post a new video. So guys, yes, it's a photography channel, but I talk about entrepreneurship, fatherhood, vlog, blog, kids, wife, all that fun stuff. So really, this is kind of a lifestyle channel, what it's developed into. And I put my podcasts on here as well. And one thing that you'll know about me is I'm very, very open as far as my life goes. So as of right now, it is May 18th. And we're still in lockdown currently, but essential businesses are open. And I was supposed to get a vasectomy back in April. With the close down, the shutdown of everything, they pushed it out. And I ended up getting it May 13th. And I was freaking out, guys. I was freaking out. So let's go from beginning to end with this, and hopefully this video is informative to you. If it's boring, I'm so sorry. Nothing's going to change in the for background. But if you guys are getting a vasectomy, this video should ring some ears to you and hopefully give you some truth on what's going on. So guys, we have 4 kids. We have 1 adopted, 3 kids that we gave birth to, and the ages are 13, 11, 10, and 1. So we have not been not having kids, but we haven't been planning on it. And as of the last couple years, I think Lindsay and I are done. We've talked about it. Well, we're done, but this was a mindset before. We think we're done, and we didn't really want to go. I didn't want to make her have to take birth control forever. But I've also never had a surgery before, so a vasectomy wasn't something that was in my mind. It wasn't something that I volunteered myself to do. But as we kind of talked about it, I decided just to do it. I actually booked a doctor's appointment to see my regular doctor, who is now my regular doctor. Right then she was new. And while talking to her, she said, hey, do you have any questions, any concerns? I'm like, yeah, tell me about vasectomies. And she was like, you know what? She came from a urology place in Carson City. So this is also a shout out to Carson Urology. I live in Reno. There's, I'm sure, amazing urologists in Reno, but I decided to go to Carson City and get mine done. So she gave me a referral out. And it took about 3 months for me to actually contact them because I was so pushed it out on the side, terrified, if you will. There's like a hair right here or something. Terrified, if you will, of actually getting the vasectomy. So I contacted them, set an appointment, and COVID happened, Corona happened, and they had to close. And then so they pushed it out for another month. And in my mind at this time, I was like, oh my God, like didn't really know what to expect, didn't know what to do, but I was gonna go for it. They are booked out, so they booked me out a month later, and I went in and talked to the doctor. Dr. Chen was my doctor. And guys, I will tell you, one of the things that you shouldn't do, that you should not do, remember, should not do, is watch YouTube videos on vasectomies, is watch, which is what you guys are watching on, read reviews on vasectomies, go to WebMD about vasectomies, vasectomy horror stories. Don't do any of that, because that's what I did, and it scared the crap out of me. And the YouTube videos that I was watching, there wasn't many. Typed in vasectomy, and it literally showed like a vasectomy happening, but from like 10 years ago. So it's a lot different. They have a lot different procedures now, and we'll kind of talk about that. So I went in to talk to Dr. Chen, and peed in a cup. They asked my information, my weight. They gave me all the stuff before COVID time, so we were masked up, gloved up, everything up, and very, very safe. But we went in there and he just kind of explained to me the process of what happens. And if you guys don't know how mine was done, is I believe it's called a no scalpel. And I actually can't remember too much because I was on drugs. But they go in and they make a little incision. For mine, it's shaft, balls, an incision right here. And then they go in and they pull it out, cut it, solder, tie it, put it back in, same other side, done. I think I was done in like 5 or 10 minutes after it's all said and done. Super, super quick. And he kind of explained that to me. He checked me out, made sure everything was chill, kind of told me a couple stories, explained to me on how to care after, and just kind of went through these things. Went outside and they said, do you want to come in next Wednesday, a week later, to get it done? And I said, yeah, let's do it. Booked it. They gave me some prescriptions for my before and after medication, and that was kind of it. I then had a week, guys. I had a week to think. I had a week to sit. I had a week to make sure I wasn't taking certain medications. They give you a list. But oh my God, that was the scariest week of my life because, again, I've never even, guys, and if you have surgery and all that, I think it's the same for everybody, but I'm a baby on this. Like, I've never had anything done. I don't know my pain tolerance. I don't know how medication affects me. I've never had dental surgery. I've had braces and that's it. I had eye surgery as like a 6-week-old, but I don't remember that. I won't even have a LASIK because I'm so scared of stuff like this. Now I might have it. Now I might just get everything done. Oh, the first thing that they gave me was Xanax. And this is something that I think every urologist kind of does something differently, but this is how their office does it, and I am so thankful for this. So they gave me a prescription for 3 Xanax, and they told me to take it 90 minutes before. Took 2 of them. They told me to take 2, and then 1 if I'm still feeling anxious when I get there. So I took 2 about, I don't know, like an hour and 15 before, because I was like, well, if they want an hour and a half, there's going to be some downtime. They're going to be talking. My mind was like, I need to get the peak of it at that 90 minutes. So on the way there, my wife drove me. Somebody has to drive you and pick you up. So my wife drove me, and good thing, because I don't remember anything. She drove me there. I remember taking another one about 30 minutes later so that I had all 3. Because I don't take recreational drugs, so it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm like, if I'm going to do it, let's just go crazy. And I remember, I remember things happening. I remember walking in. I remember filling out some paper. I remember sitting. I remember going in. I remember laying down. One thing that I did do on my own that morning was I did shave myself, and it saves time. Because when you get there, if they have to shave you, it takes a little bit more time. And my thing in my mind was like, the Xanax is going to run out, and oh my God, what's going to happen? So I did shave myself that morning. I used Manscaped. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that company, but they basically have stuff made for the balls, and shaved everything, made it nice and pretty, did a design. It was cool, but I did such a good job that I got complimented and a job offer to shave balls for $25 a person, which I had to decline. But yep, laid there. They put a little thing over me and went to it, guys. So it's pretty simple. I don't remember much. I know there was a local anesthetic that went in it, and I do remember a pinch, but I don't remember feeling it. I remember like, oh, there's a pinch. Oh, it's happening. It's like you're so tired. You're just like, ugh. I remember that. And then he went at it. My wife was actually in the room. They brought her in, and not everybody allows the wives in the room, but my wife was in there. She kind of hung out by me. I don't remember if she was sitting or standing, but he was talking to me, her, kind of explaining things, showing her how it was looking, what was going on. So she knows more than I do on how it looked. And I was done. I did buy some Shock Doctor jock straps. I'm actually still wearing. I bought 3, could buy a few extra for about a week now. So I'm at day 5 or day 6, and it really helps out a ton. So I bought those. So put on the jock strap, put on my underwear, put on my clothes, and we were done. They gave me a couple containers for semen analysis, knowing that it takes about 15 to 20 ejaculations before the semen is fully gone. So you're not safe right away. You're still using condoms. You're still masturbating. You're still getting the juices out. And then you send your stuff into a lab close to you within 2 hours of doing it, lab. And then a few weeks later, you have to do it again. And then once you have 2 completely zeroed, then they give you the okay that, hey, the vasectomy worked. So guys, that was kind of my vasectomy experience. It was kind of done. Now, the aftercare is what I was more concerned about. because I didn't know. And again, like I've never had to be down for any reason at all, whether it just maybe I was sick or something. So aftercare. We get home. I'm drugged out on Xanax for the rest of the night. My vasectomy was at like 3:30 in the afternoon. So by the time I get home, it's like 5. And I remember me, my daughters, my wife, I had a taco. I remember having like a vegan taco. And then we sat down and watched a movie. I laid down, bag of peas, and then, you know, every 10 minutes you take on, put it off. Didn't really feel much, but that was kind of dangerous for me because I didn't want to move around too much. And I felt pretty okay, nothing too crazy. But I was taking my medication every 4 hours. I had a little pill to take to kind of help with the pain. I ended up falling asleep in, I guess what they told me was my hand was in a bag of chips, vegan chips, if you will, bag of chips. And then I remember like at 9:30, I looked at my clock or my phone and I just went to bed, left my contacts in, woke up the next morning. And that's when there's not pain, guys, but I want you to imagine, I want you to imagine standing up, and this is where the jockstrap helps a lot. So it keeps everything compressed and tight, right? Almost like boxer briefs. I do recommend just getting a few jockstraps to have. Don't rely on boxer briefs. Don't rely on briefs. They're not tight enough. And then wear your underwear over if you don't want people to see your booty. But what happens is when you pull your pants down or go to the bathroom or whatever, and they hang, right? And you actually feel that hang. That's where the pain is. It almost feels like somebody's grabbing it and pulling it down a little bit. Nothing like yanking, but just kind of pulling it down where you're like, oh, what's happening? Why are you doing that? And that's the pain that it is. So it's kind of this annoying ache, if you will. So nothing sharp, nothing bad. You shouldn't feel that way. And I was one of those guys who was like, 2 days and I'm out. I'm cool. I did it on a Wednesday. I'll be good by Saturday. Awesome. It's Monday and I'm like kind of easing in a little bit. So I'm still wearing the jockstrap. I think in a couple of days it's cool. I run on a Peloton, or I ride on a Peloton. It's over there. So I'm not doing a Peloton for 2 weeks. What happens is if you work out before, any type of workout that you do, even like running or something, obviously you don't want to run. Like anything that makes it move and bounce like that, don't do it. And I've been reading these horror stories where basically it swells up. You don't give it a chance to heal and it swells up and then something happens, it gets infected, bleeds, and you're out, guys. It's stupid. Just don't. So no Peloton for 2 weeks. I'm going to wait a couple more days and see if I can lift anything. But yesterday I actually did sit-ups and push-ups, very light push-ups. Man push-ups, not girl push-ups, but I've been doing abs to kind of keep my body going and working out still. But yeah, that's kind of it. Like, don't work out, don't hang out. I played a ton of Apex Legends, watched so many movies, and did a bunch of work on the laptop. Did a couple photo shoots, very light. One was a newborn where I was just sitting down the whole time. Or on my knees the whole time. But I noticed that even on an hour of work as a photographer working around, I would get back in the car and all of a sudden it started to hurt. I was like, oh my God, something's happening. It hurt. So that's where it's at. Kind of a long-winded vlog, if you will, of my vasectomy experience. But I'm a huge shout out to Carson Urology. Huge shout to my doctor, Dr. Bond. Actually, is it Dr. Bond? I don't know. I don't know if she's a doc. I don't remember. It was something. Nurse practitioner Bond. But thank you to her for the referral, and shout out to Shock Doctor, Manscaped, bunch of hats, yeah, you're kind of out of it for a while, and that's kind of where it's at. So it's reversible. But if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. I would just go for it. I can't imagine having it reversed and then reversed again. It reminds me of the Office where Steve Carell, he's like, I got a vasectomy and I got it reversed 3 times for you or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. But it was an easy experience, a good experience. And if anybody's looking at getting it done, it's not as bad as you think it is. It's more in your mind. And as long as you can breathe and chill and get that Xanax, the local anesthesia, you're not going to feel anything. But, why would you not? Why would you not get something down there? And it was a fun experience, not humiliating at all. And, I wasn't worried about, with the Xanax, I wasn't worried about getting a random erection. That's actually one of the things that guys think about. And it didn't happen because you're so drugged out. It's like drinking a bunch of whiskey and you're just, it's, you know what they call that. It's not going to happen. Anyways, guys, hopefully this video helps somebody out. As I'm like ending it now, I'm like, what did I just talk about? But thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is kind of what YouTube has done for me. It's kind of made me a little more open. So hope you guys are having a good day. Ask your questions, comment below. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.